Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how can we use Microsoft Excel built-in functions to calculate NPV and IRR. To demonstrate this functionality, I have taken one solved example from the book by Richard Turton. So without further ado, let's dive into this interesting example. As per example, company has a budget of 120 million US dollars. As a team, we have identified few investment opportunities where we can invest this money. The opportunities are in the form of projects, project A, B, and C. Each project requires some initial investment, and each project generates different cash flow. So like project A, it requires the initial investment of 60 million US dollars, and the cash flow generated will be in the first year will be like 10 million US dollars. From second year onward, it would be 12 million. Project B, it requires initial investment of 120, which is double amount of project A, 120 million US dollars. Here the cash flow generated would be 22 million throughout the project lifetime. Project C requires 100 million US dollars, and it has a cash flow of 12 million in the first year. It will generate 20 million US dollars in second year onwards. Discount rate that we need to use as per the textbook is 10%. This discount rate is something that decided by your management or your financial policies or by your business case philosophy. It may be 15%, it may be 20%. Here we have been using 10% as per the textbook suggestion, 10% discount rate. So discount rate is nothing but the opposite of interest rate. Like interest rate is used to calculate the future value from the present value. Very similarly, if we have future cash flow, so these are future cash flow, and we want to translate this future cash flow to the present value, net present value, we need to use discount rate. So discount rate will help you to translate your future values to your present value. I will show you now how can we use Microsoft Excel to solve this example quickly. So now we are in Microsoft Excel platform. This is a problem statement, and we will, in first step, we will expand this cash flow table, and in second step I will show you how can we use built-in function of NPV and IRR for calculation. So starting with the expansion of this table. So very quickly, let me show you, like for project A, initial investment is 60 million US dollars. Since it is investment, I'm putting the negative 60, and from first year the cash flow is 10 million, so I'm putting here 10. And from second year onwards, we will get 12 million US dollars. Similarly, for project B as well. Once this table is ready, we can now calculate NPV and IRR. So for NPV, I'm just keeping the formula here as a, since there is an initial investment at time t is equal to 0, so it is like minus $50. And future cash flows from first year, second year, for that I need to use the formula of NPV where I need to put rate. So this rate is nothing but our discount rate. It's already here. And now I need to select all the values, all the cash flows, and closing. So 11.9 million US dollar is the NPV for the project A. Very similarly, we can do for project B. Very similarly, we can use IRR formula. So internal rate of return, it requires all the values mentioned in the cash flow table. Here we need to give a guess. It can be 0.1, 0.2, anything. Answer won't be changed. So like 14.3% is the internal rate of return. Instead of 0.1, even if I keep 0.3, this would end up with the same result. So we need to give, it doesn't matter what guess we are putting here. This is how very quickly we can calculate NPV and IRR values for each project. Now I want to show you one additional method. It is more manual in nature, using the discount factor. So here, what we are going to do is like we will calculate the present value for each cash flow component by multiplying it with the discount factor. So discount factor is, this is the formula for it. So 1 divided by 1 plus I whole raised to n, where I is your discount rate. So here in our case it is 10%, n is the year of that particular cash flow. So this is what we are going to use here. So maybe very quickly let me set up this. So discount rate, let me use here again 0.1, sorry, it's a 10%, and we can put here discount factor. We can calculate discount factor for all the projects. The corresponding discount factor would become like 1 divided by 1 plus n. So this is the year 0. Oh, sorry, plus this. I'm making it stationary F4. Just dragging this. So this is my discount factors. Now we can calculate the present values by multiplying the cash flow, future cash flow, with a discount factor. So discount factor multiplied by this, and now I can drag this formula. So now my NPV for the project A, it is just summation of all these present values, 11.9. This number is very similar what we got by using the built-in formula. So it's a very similar way we can calculate for project B as well. You can see we can get the very similar value 15.2, 15.6 what we got by using this NPV built-in formula. We can also calculate IRR, but for IRR we need to use goal seek. So what is the IRR? IRR is the discount rate at which our NPV becomes 0. So what we can do here is like we can just try to figure out at what discount rate this NPV of project A becomes 0. So for this I need to use goal seek. So in the data ribbon we need to go to goal seek, and what we want is we want this value, this NPV needs to be 0 by changing my discount rate. I'm just clicking enter. Okay, so this is a 14%. Actually it is 14.3%. This number is like this project A what we got by this particular built-in formula. So this is how we can calculate what is the internal rate of return. I hope you have understood this NPV IRR calculation using the built-in functions as well as using this discount factor method. I hope you have found this video useful. You can download this Excel spreadsheet from the link mentioned in the video description.